everybody cheers you on. Oh, you found your passion? Awesome. Follow your passion. Live with passion. Be passionate. Chase your passion. When you're obsessed, they're like, why do you gotta be so crazy? Why can't you be satisfied? Why do you always gotta get things so perfect? Why do you spend so much time here? When you're obsessed, people think you're nuts. High performers are obsessed about the topic in which they're trying to learn, master, grow into. And if no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential. You're not there yet. Because somebody in your life should say, you really care about this in a crazy way. And when you get there, you know you found your thing. It becomes necessary for us to excel in this. It's not a hope anymore. It's not a preference. It's a must. It becomes so necessary that it connects with our identity, that we feel it is necessary for me to deliver with excellence here because that is who I am. This topic, this thing I'm doing, I care about this, I want to master this. And when we hit that, game changer.
Every moment, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every fucking year, for as long as it fucking takes for you to get where you're going, you should be consumed with that path. You have to dedicate every breath, every ounce of energy, and every thought and effort that you possibly have in your heart to becoming what it is you want to be. You better learn to get really used to being uncomfortable. And if you could get used to being uncomfortable, your fucking limits are non-existent.
I think there are a lot of people that have dreams and aspirations of things that they always wanted to do, but it wasn't the right time, or they didn't have enough money, or they didn't have enough experience. It's never the right time. You're never gonna have the right experience. And all of a sudden you wake up and you're 70. And you're like, God, I wish I could have done it.
It's what you don't do that screws with you later on.
I get one shot at this life.
It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre. Be normal and fit in.
See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. You get a setback. You get thrown off course. You lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You need dirt on you to develop these because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer.
Fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you neutralize your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the bar. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you.
It's like a magic
These patience and engage in consistent action. See, everything does not always happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we want it to happen.
I don't accept that I am what I am and that is what I'm doomed to be. No, I don't accept that. I'm fighting. I'm always fighting. I'm struggling and I'm scrapping. And I'm kicking and clawing at those weaknesses to change them, to stop them. Some days I win. Some days I don't. But each and every day, I get back up and I move forward with my fists clenched toward the battle, toward the struggle. And I fight with everything I've got to overcome those weaknesses and those shortfalls and those flaws. As I strive to be just a little bit better today than I was yesterday.
There's no longer any room for excuses. Excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. Well, we've got no time for excuses. Nobody is going to give you anything that you have not earned. Nobody cares how tough your upbringing was.
You have no college training. You were labeled educable, mentally retarded. You failed twice in school. They put you back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade, and you failed in the 8th grade. You've never worked for a major corporation, and you are going to become independently wealthy. Right. They laugh. They're going to laugh at you.
Did you see Power? Absolutely not. Did you see the Game of Thrones? Absolutely not. I'm trying to blow up. Many of you are not where you're supposed to be, not because you're not gifted. You have absolutely no discipline.
There are two kinds of people. There's the type of person who says, I'm going to wait till I feel like it before I do it. And then there's a person who says, I've got to do it so that I feel like it. One will never get anything done because they're still waiting to feel the moment to move. And the other person says, no, I need to move, and then I will begin to feel the moment.
Courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. You have got to be relentless. You got to be the kind of person that you are fearless. You are unstoppable. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you.
What's going to separate you is when it's beast time, when it's war time, you got to get up and make it happen. I just need you to keep walking toward it. I don't need you thinking about it no more. You're doing too much thinking. You analyze it too much. You're talking yourself out of it. Oh, E, I don't know if this is going to work. I tried and it didn't work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up in your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not be bought or sold. I work too hard. You can't just say you want it. It's cute to say it, but when it's showtime, when the sun comes out, when the sun comes up, you got all the books, you got all the tapes, you got all the access. Now it's time to hunt. And what separates you from everybody else is that when it's time to hunt, you're ready to hunt.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant, but a bad master. Most of us would have rather money than tangible wealth, and a great occasion is somehow spoiled for us unless photographed. And to read about it the next day in the newspaper is oddly more fun for us than the original event. This is a disaster. For as a result of confusing the real world of nature with mere science, we are destroying nature. We are so tied up in our minds that we've lost our senses. Time to wake up. What is reality? Obviously, no one can say because it isn't words. It isn't material, that's just an idea. I'm not trying to put you down. It's an expression of you as you are. One must live. We need to survive, to go on. We must go on.
Come on and love me. Come on and trust me. Come on and hold me like you do. 'Cause you've been heartbroken. You're scared to be open.
How's it going, guys? Today we are talking about Fail Seal. I'm going to start off the episode as always. I'm freezing my ass off out here. Obviously, I got to get a heater for out here. Stuff is still in shipping, but it should be here before Christmas. That's all shipping says. Thank God for the holidays. I need a co-host, right? I need someone here. I woke my ass up at the crack of dawn just to get some content and some footage for this episode. And alas, everything happened. I had to go to the store, and then my employee had to break out early, and then I got to do this stuff for my wife, and then I got to go run a bunch more errands, and then I got to go over to T-Mobile and sit at T-Mobile for an hour for absolutely nothing. Well, actually, I got what I needed to go for an hour, dude. God damn, I hate going to T-Mobile. Anyways, I only was able to get 2 clips, which is awesome. It's better than nothing, right? We'll be able to have a little bit of interaction. But, man, so I need band members for the band. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm a solo band member right now. You guys are just watching some dude in his garage sit here and talk about stuff off the top of his head thinking he's doing something. Yo, I'm thinking I'm doing something. I'm thinking it's not doing much. Could I cut back the content and just go and make a bunch of YouTube videos? Absolutely. Could they be good? Totally. I could totally rip it up with some YouTube videos, but there's something special about live. I just need a team, and as cool as I am, I'm not that cool to be like, yo, dude, I believe in your passion and your dream, but that's your passion, your dream, man. I want to make skateboards for a living. Now, I don't want to make skateboards for a living. That imaginary person I just made up may want to make some skateboards for a living. I don't know, dude. But anyways, we do got someone coming on from GameStop. He owns a couple of the GameStops, and he should be fun to talk to. It should be a lot of fun to talk to because he has so many interesting concepts on things. So that should be good to be able to banter back and forth with him. Christian, how you doing, man? We doing these shows now, Christian, every night at 8. It's really good to see you, man. I was just thinking, I was like, man, I haven't seen Christian in a bit. I hope he's okay. But anyways, tonight we're going to talk about Fail Seal. I've never heard about this game, and I looked up, I want to play some Final Fantasy Tactics. Who doesn't want to play Final Fantasy Tactics again? Anytime you see those games that are like a Final Fantasy Tactics, where it's like the grid-based and you move your characters, they say, designed off of the classics. The classics is Final Fantasy Tactics. You might argue, that Ogre Tactics is in there. I mean, it's pretty awesome, Ogre Tactics, but Final Fantasy Tactics is the classic. And I really wanted to play some Final Fantasy Tactics. I have it on the phone. I just wanted to play it on the console again, especially the War of the Lions. That was an awesome reiteration. The Final Fantasy Tactics for the Game Boy wasn't as good, at least I thought. But anyways, I just wanted to play some Final Fantasy Tactics. So I looked up top 5 Final Fantasy Tactics clones, and I landed on Fail Seal. Now, I'm always skeptical when something says clone. When I'm looking for something and it just says clone, a spiritual successor, I have a lot more faith in. But when I see clone, I see that I could be wasting my money. Who knows? The Fail Seal had good reviews, so I purchased it. And it's a badass game. Let me tell you what, it's a badass game. Let's actually start this off by showing you what got me to this. Everyone wants to see this. This is it, right here. We all remember this. This shit was so badass. I didn't know how awesome it was when it came out. I was a kid when this game came out. I remember playing it the first time as a kid, and I had no idea what I was playing. Why don't they remake this game? I mean, that is the classic. That's why everyone loves this genre. If you haven't played that game, go play Final Fantasy Tactics. Go download it on iOS. Go download it on your Android. Go download it on your dog. It's everywhere. Just go download it. It's Final Fantasy Tactics. That's the classic that led me to Fell Seal. Now, is Fell Seal better than Final Fantasy Tactics? I'm going to say no. I've been playing Fell Seal a lot. Man, I'm a Mech Warrior fan, and I have Mech Warrior 5 loaded up over here, and I should be playing Mech Warrior 5, but for some reason, I'm not playing no Mech Warrior 5. I'm playing Fell Seal. I'm playing it. I keep coming back to it. And I intend on playing it some tonight. It's awfully fun, but is it better than Final Fantasy Tactics? It is not. One, I like the Final Fantasy universe. I feel at home when I'm summoning Ifrit. When I'm when I finally get that Ultima spell, I know I'm fucking badass when I'm pulling out that Ultima spell. I just know that universe so well. So, one, you got that nostalgic feel, but you also just know the universe. You know what you're getting out of Final Fantasy. You're getting a lot of ice, you're getting a lot of fire, some lightning, some earthquakes, you're getting some summons. Depending on what they're taking off of, usually Final Fantasy Tactics, that's Ivalice, you getting some raw and cut, Game of Thrones story stuff. It's pretty cool. More so ever, I do feel like there's a lot of jobs in this game, but there might have been a little bit more jobs in Final Fantasy Tactics. I feel like there's a little bit more skills for your people in Final Fantasy Tactics. That's kind of like against it, but Fell Seal has a lot of stuff going for it. I like that when you bring your characters into battle and you have, let's say, one of each class. Let's say I bring 6 in, they're all a different class. They actually gain experience, the AP points for that class, even though they're not it. It's a small amount, but they say they're learning from being around that person and watching them do that, which is really cool. It's a cool mechanic. I really enjoy that your items are replenished after every battle. You don't spend money on items. So at the beginning of the game, you have 3 potions, a rock, like a remedy, and 1 Phoenix down. Are they called Phoenix Downs? Huh. My brain's actually like, wait a minute. They might actually be called Phoenix Downs. Anyways, I'm going to have to go and look into that tonight. That's kind of weird. Yeah, they replenish after every battle. So it actually encourages you to use the things in battle. That's pretty cool. Wow, my mind's blown. I actually think they're called Phoenix Downs. I wonder if that's gotta be some kind of lawsuit right there. I mean, I don't know about all that. But I do enjoy that when you master a class compared to Final Fantasy Tactics. Now, in Final Fantasy Tactics, when you mastered the class, you could actually use that class, kind of throughout when you switch over to other stuff. But this one, it allows you to do that, but it also allows you to use a couple of the skills, and it also allows you to have permanent stat increases. So when he gets all of his 10 skills as a knight, yes, he's going to change to someone else. He can bring some of those skills over. He has access to them at all times, but he's got a permanent strength +5, ability +5, just a permanent stat boost for having mastered that. So as you're mastering these people, you're buffing up your characters. So that's pretty exciting. That gets my rocks off. You don't send people out on jobs. That's something that Final Fantasy Tactics has over Fail Seal. In Final Fantasy Tactics, you could send people out. You could send out your people and say, hey, go disappear for 14 days, and I'm going to sit here and walk back and forth on this map until your ass gets back. And go out and try and find me some loot. Sometimes they found some, sometimes they didn't. That whole system is not in this game at all. Trying to think of a system in the game that is not in Final Fantasy Tactics that I thoroughly enjoy. I mean, there's a lot of character customization, the face and how they look. That's pretty cool. All in all, it is a very good clone. It really is. It's a very good clone. I'm really happy with it. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's for. I would recommend it for Switch. I mean, if you got a Switch, I would definitely get this game for a Switch. This is the kind of game that I just want to sit back in my couch in the chair and just sit there and just Each battle generally takes me about 20 minutes. It's a great Switch game. I'm really actually upset that I didn't get it for the Switch and I'm playing it so much on the PS4, because every time I'm playing it, I'm like, man, I wish I had this game on the Switch, because this shit is mobile. This is the kind of game I want on Switch. So, with that being said, tomorrow I'm going to set up some new cameras. I'm going to play some Fail Seal tonight. We're going to play it some more. In fact, I'm talking about Fail Seal so much. Let's go ahead and play the Fail Seal video real quick. Let me show you guys just a little bit of what's going on with this Fail Seal. The music in this game is absolutely top notch. I mean, you're basically like the Judge Dredd of this universe. March for glory. Hey, you ain't got to worry about pre-ordering that stuff. That stuff's already out, man. You can probably get it on sale right now. It's Christmas. Everyone wants you to buy video games right now. It is a very good game. If you're looking for a Final Fantasy Tactics game, go play that game, man. It's really, really good. I'm still playing it, and I chew through games, and man, I drop them quick. Death Stranding, man, that was an awesome game. I love that game. It's gone. I ain't playing it. I don't know why I'm not playing it. The game was awesome. I should go back and play it, but I just chew through games, and if I just lose the slightest interest, it's gone. There's just so many games to play, and I keep coming back to this Fell Seal. So there's something to that. So if you're the fan that's, hey, I like Final Fantasy Tactics, I want Final Fantasy Tactics 2. Where's Final Fantasy Tactics 2? Do yourself a favor. Go pay $20 or $30 and try out Fell Seal. You have it on the Switch, get it Switch. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to be changing up the schema. I got new cameras set up, and we're gonna go through one of these books here. I mean, Star Wars is coming out, guys. I'm getting really excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the new movies are crappy, right? I ain't gonna lie, I think the new movies are pretty crappy, but I still like Star Wars. I love lightsabers. Okay? I don't have to lie to you guys. I love lightsabers. If that's weird, I'm weird, man. But I love me a lightsaber. So I'm gonna go see that Star Wars movie, hoping I see some cool lightsaber fights. I don't care what happens in the movie. I literally lost interest a long time ago. I do care what happens in that Clone Wars, the Disney Clone Wars cartoon. Man, that shit's concrete. I definitely want to know what's going on with that. And Ahsoka, damn, she's hot. For an alien, of course. I mean, I don't know about that whole alien human thing, but in the Star Wars universe, I can't even necessarily tell you they're humans because Earth doesn't even exist. So are they even human? I don't know. Those are the things that keep nerds up at night. But we're going to go through this Star Wars Book of Sith. I have the Imperial Handbook, the Jedi Path, and the Bounty Hunter's Code. I was thinking about doing the Bounty Hunter's Code. I was like, that one might be really, really nice. But we just did the Mandalorian, so we'll stock this one back here. And we will do the Book of Sith tomorrow. That includes journals from the Mandalorian Wars, Sith lightsaber variants, lightsaber construction, selecting an apprentice, striking from the shadows, how to title your Darth, powers of the Sith, the Rule of Two, the what are these campaigns? The Rim campaigns, Sith incantations. The creatures. Definitely the creatures of Sith. Sith holocrons. Sith amulets. Sith armor. We'll go through all this tomorrow. This is going to be tomorrow's episode. It's going to be Star Wars Book of the Sith. And I will make sure that we have the close-ups for this one, guys. But this was going to be a short episode. I told my wife it was going to be a short one. This one is going to be simple. Tomorrow we got more cameras. We're going to get really in-depth. Tomorrow is going to be a long episode, guys. This is going to be a really good one. We are going to go through this book. It is super interesting. I can't wait. I can't wait to go through this book tomorrow. So, that is what we're doing tomorrow, guys. Fell Seal, if you're a Final Fantasy Tactics fan, go do yourself a favor and take that money. All right, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. And until then, remember tomorrow. Code. There's a secret code. Secret code for today, guys, is Galen. That's Galen. That is a secret code for today. All right, guys. Until tomorrow's Book of the Sith, I will talk to you guys later.